where did we get it wrong in the point that we are no longer interested in our history? Because it was supposed to be that, in my place, it is said that when the elders want to bless you, they will say something to the effect of "Walu urenomo," meaning if you do, you will pass it on to your children. So your children will pass it on to their own children. It's a circle that was never supposed to be broken.
Yes.
Okay, I understand what happened between the Europeans and Africa. Of course, I just made mention of one, how Obehi was captured in Benin and taken to die in Calabar. There are those horrible situations that we have. I don't know how much the people of Benin, the people from my state, actually feel that pain that somebody came from somewhere and he managed to get their king dead somewhere, and somehow we don't feel the pain. So what I'm trying to understand is, where did we get it wrong so that we're no longer interested in learning about our ancestors, those who have been here before us, the blood that is running in our vein came through a channel. That channel was our father, our forefather, and those before them. That is the blood that is running in our vein. We cannot pretend about that. We cannot pretend that we jumped down from the sky. We didn't jump down from the sky. Our parents gave birth to us. We also gave birth to other children. We someday are also going to become ancestors of other people. So what I'm simply saying is, it was supposed to be a common sense that we recognize where we are coming from. Where did we get it wrong that we no longer care about our history, about how we get here?
We got it wrong through westernization. We got it wrong through capping what is wrong, which it is part of the divide by rules that the Western world forced on our ancestors. And we got that from fears of what will happen if we continue to do this, because our mind has been re-inducted, our mind has been polluted, our mind has been changed by the colonial masters, and we pass it on to our children, and now saw that the only way to survival is education. Who says that education is the test of knowledge? I asked that question several times. In the olden time, there was a lot of prosperous men, young men and women who did farming and rearing and so many other things they did, building of constructions of so many other things, which today we are struggling to hold our structures, just to show that this is the kind of house our ancestors were living in the past. The problem is that fears has gripped the mind of several Africans in initiating what is right, or continuation of what is right is now the problem. And precise, we are shying away from what our ancestors gave to us in order to say, yes, we are westernized, our individual families are more educated than others. They no more carry out those fetish, as they call it, fetish. No more carry the fetish arts. Who said it's fetish? I repeat again. The question you have asked me, where did we get it wrong? We got it wrong out of passing information to your children, say, no, you must go to school. Education is now the order of the day. If you do not go to school, leave all these things you're doing in the village and face all that, and make sure that you stand by it. Some of our passed on ancestors played roles out of fears. You cannot blame them. They played these roles out of fears. They play these roles out of greed, because they also want their children to look better and have the taste of the white man's white collar job, and have the national cake through that, which all these things were shuffled down their neck, that if you don't do these things, then you have no option than to remain poor. And then they begin to push their families and their children to do that, and that stick in the head of several generations now, except now that we began to see that Africa is what it takes. And of course, I keep saying this unapologetically, that Africans, I repeat, as they call us black, I am not a black, but as an African, I am a human. I'm the origin of human race, unadulterated. And as an origin of human race means that we have all what it takes, irrespective of the gimmicks that has been posed on us in the past. And now most of the people have begun to realize that, you know what? You say civilization started in the Western world. Actually, Africa are the civilized people. Because whatever that is existing now was a sample of what they are working on and developing on it till today.
What would you say maybe is the significance of initiative rights in Africa in terms of being able to remain connected to our culture? In line with this, what is the significance of initiative rights in African culture?
All right, the importance is that you will be accepted, generally accepted in your kingdom. As a person, as a woman, as a man, you'll be generally accepted, you'll be generally received, and all rights of hereditary will be passed on to you because you have done that as a human being, and you have done the initiation. Then you will be regarded as someone. You will be regarded as a person. You will be regarded in all what you do, that yes, you are clean. You are no longer unclean. It is assumed that if you have not done that, you are not clean. So the importance is to be clean. The importance is to be accepted in our community. The importance, of course, is to put yourself out of diseases. Is also to make sure that as a man, you appear dignified before your woman, before your wife. You appear proudly because you know that you are up to task as a man. It is also said that if that is done, it also increases the performance of a man.